17th Rugby League Challenge Cup final could well be the hottest. Wembley as a cauldron is more than just a metaphor this year. It is a scorcher as the fireworks hit the blue skies above and the two teams make their entrance down below. Wembley as ever, awash with colour. The primrose and blue of the Warrington Wolves. Familiar for them, of course. They've walked out in this stadium for the third time in 4 years. His Royal Highness the Duke of Sussex, Prince Harry, is the official guest here today as well, as patron of the Rugby Football League. He will be handing over that famous old trophy to the winning captain in a couple of hours from now. Taylor Prescott, who just like his dad did 10 years ago, has cycled all the way from Perpignan through France, Dragon Boat Road, up the Thames for 26 miles, and then this morning has completed a half marathon to deliver the match ball. He and many of Steve's former teammates and friends as well, Steve Prescott, inspirational ex-player, charity fundraiser. He did this 10 years ago. And now his son, I'm sure, is going to be very, very proud. Taylor handing that ball to today's referee, Robert Hicks. Prince Harry there, Tony Adams you can see as well, the former England footballer who's president of the Rugby Football League, and the Duke of Sussex now steps forward alongside Ralph Rimmer, the RFL's chief executive, to meet the teams. Stuart Middleton, the chairman of Warrington. Steve Price, the coach of Warrington. And let's not forget the mascots as well. Chris Hill, captain today, as he was in the last two finals that Warrington competed in. Stephen Ratchford, he's got a big role. The fullback this afternoon, Ben Curry, named at 6, but we think that might be a bluff. We think he's going to be playing left second row today, Ben Curry, as per normal. And that Warrington will actually be playing with two right second rowers, Jack Hughes and Ben Murdoch-Masila, and will start the game without a recognised standoff. That's the hint we're getting, and that might change within about 15 or 20 minutes of the match. Ben Murdoch-Masila, the latest to be introduced to royalty. Situala Akwala, who's on the bench today, and referee Robert Hicks, with his two touch judges, Marcus Griffiths and Liam Moore. Scott Michaelauskas and Richard Thompson are the reserve officials. And here's the St Helens chairman, Eamon McManus, who's done a wonderful job leading the club through the years, got them to the new stadium, and overseen what this man has had a big hand in, Justin Holbrook, the coach, in achieving in the last couple of years. Tommy Makinson, there's Kyle Amor, the Cumbrian. Everybody meets and greets. Luke Thompson. Regan Grace, the Welshman. Today could be a setting that's perfect for him. Théophage, the little Frenchman with the white helmet protector on there as well. Lachlan Coote, the Australian, who's not played for the last 6 weeks or so, but he's back today, of course, fully fit. No ifs and buts about St Helens team selection today. All the big names back. Some have been rested, so come fresh to this final. That's what it's all about. All the glitz and glamour. There's an old-fashioned piece of silverware in the middle of it all that means so much to all those who've played for it in this over a century. So we pause for a moment. for the national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please now stand for the national anthem, led by Ricardo Panella and supported by the chant choir.
Well, let's remind ourselves as to the way they are lining up today. St Helens, first of all, a back three, Lachlan Coote back in harness after 6 weeks out. Two wonderful wingers in Tommy Makinson and Regan Grace. They could be magic today. Kevin Nagama, Mark Percival, the two centres for St Helens. The halves, an England international and a French international in Johnny Lomax and Theo Farge. What a front row. Alex Walmsley, James Roby, Luke Thompson, almost certainly putting on the Great Britain shirt, the three of them at the end of this year for the tour to New Zealand. Zeb Taia, Dominic Peru and Morgan Knowles locking them in at the back as well. The back three. And on the bench, Louis McCarthy-Scarsbrook, the Millwall fan, and Kyle Amor, the Liverpool fan from Cumbria. Jack Ashworth, who's just a youngster with plenty of talent, and Joseph Paolo. They'll all add something when they come on from that interchange bench. Warrington, well, all the questions about Blake Austin, we know now he's not playing. Stephen Ratchford, Tom Lynham and Josh Charlie out back. Ratchford's going to have a big role to play today. Goodwin and King, they are very good strike centres. The pair of them, the Kiwi and Englishman. Ben Curry named at 6, we'll see. Declan Patton, the young scrum half. Up front, Chris Hill, Darryl Clark, Mike Cooper. Tell you what, that's not a bad front row either. They'll be looking to match it and mix it with St Helens. Ben Murdoch-Masilla, Jack Hughes, and the Aussie Jason Clark named in the back row. And on the bench, Sitalaki Akawala, the man who bench presses 300 pounds. Joe Philbin alongside him. Matt Davis from the Midlands Academy, and Jake Mamo, who's got a bit of spark about him as well when he comes on today. Referee for the second year running, Robert Hicks, takes charge of this final. He did it last year when Catalan beat Warrington. Video ref is Ben Thaler. Touch judges Marcus Griffiths and Liam Moore. James Roby, the only Saint who's been at Wembley before as a player. He was here when they won it in 08. The first ever Wembley try scorer in 07, James Roby.
Let's go then.
The first meeting of these two giants on this stage in over a century of Challenge Cup final history. It's been a long time in the making. Can they make it a classic? Let's hear from the two men alongside me, Jonathan Davis and Brian Noble.
Well, let's get it on. That's what we've been waiting for. Brilliant build-up to the show, and now it's show time. And a quirky start there straight away from Warrington. They'll have to do little things a little bit different. The challenge is just the same. Two magnificent teams and are just about to get it on.
Yeah, totally agree. It's something different to start. The little chip kick, hoping for a mistake. But they've got to do the basics well. It's absolutely scorching down there today, so ball retention will be vital.
Coote with a kick, the high one, the tester for Ratchford. Oh, he's taken it well enough.
Brilliant.
There's a bit of pressure there, wasn't there? But he's taken it superbly.
Huge pressure. Leapt ahead of the Saints player. And now let's see what kind of strategy Warrington are going to use today.
It's Darryl Clark out of dummy half. Looking to that left-hand side. Big battles down the middle in these opening stages, as both sides look to make their mark. Such an opening of thunder and fireworks. Clark again. Cooper, who offloads and keeps it alive to that right-hand side, and Hughes with a bit of a step. Murdoch-Masila alongside him. You can see those two paired up there on that right-hand side. Ratchford comes in the pivot's role from full-back, lofts it high. Here's Coote underneath it with a safe pair of hands, and a Regan Grace early chance to just test his pace, but Warrington right in his face.
Yeah, again, that's the the role that Ratchford has got to fill, and Patton as well. The only two recognised kickers, maybe Clark out of acting half-back, but an easy take for Coote there.
Roby rolling in again. Walmsley, who's just full of effort and determination and running, and he'll take Saints just beyond the halfway line. Roby comes right. Farge, a little bit of work being done here, and here's Makinson with the first chance. Evades the tackle and gets up. Oh, he's just overrun in the middle there.
Yeah,
couldn't get a pass away to Coote. They're on the fifth. Here comes the last. Roby to Farge. Farge now measures the kick to the in-goal area. It bounces and bobbles, and the dive not touched down. The referee says, Morgan Knowles.
I tell you what, an early call by Hicks, the referee. Surprised he didn't go to the video ref, but confident in the call.
Yeah, he was really confident. He reckons Knowles knocked that ball forward in the in-goal, but try there for the begging if he could have got there. Broken down the right-hand side by Makinson. Let's have a look at the kick. Yeah, he reckoned he bounced it. I'd go to the screen on that one. Gosh.
I tell you what, you're going to see that in slow motion.
Here's Murdoch-Masila battering it forward. Held up just short of the half. Now Hill. What do you make of this? The way Warrington are going about it today. No Blake Austin, so we've got Curry on this left-hand side. We've got the two second rowers on the right-hand side. What do you make of that as an early ploy, Brian Noble?
Well, I reckon it's a running game for Warrington, as we're seeing here. Maybe offload. Ratchford is going to be the half-back that chimes in, as we're seeing there. But they're going to rely on completing heavily, so keeping a lot of the ball and trying to stay at this end of the field for 20 minutes.
Here's Patton with a kick. Goodwin's underneath it, but Makinson was there to catch it as well. And he can certainly clear his lines, but not when you've got a willing defender like that up in his face.
That was a very good set by Warrington and a brilliant kick. But just watch the the blockers by St Helens. They gave Makinson plenty of room to defuse a tough kick.
Nagama trying to cut in.
And that's what Warrington have got to do, Dave, isn't it? Brian, they've got to play the possession, go up there. They've got great blokes under the high ball.
It's good stuff from Thompson again, and a quick one out. And Roby from dummy half, just a scruffy grass cutter, which Ratchford will block and control, and can't go too far forward before he sees St Helens players in his face.
I think for our viewers, one of the challenges for Warrington is where they're going to score their points, because St Helens are absolutely a machine in relation to defence as well as their offensive capabilities, so that kicking game's got to be there.
Well, here's Clark going out of dummy half, and that's a very good carry.
So I thought I'd have to look, another look at that, because I think Knowles might have scored that try. But still 0-0.
Well, the bottom line is, Jonathan, he hasn't, because the referee didn't give it.
Exactly.
It might have looked like he'd scored the try. Here's Murdoch-Masila trying to blast his way through. Last play down that right-hand side. Ratchford with a cute little kick back towards the middle, which is allowed to bounce. Coote collects it and then skips away. And here's danger already for Warrington, because Nagama cutting inside, but Warrington's defenders back across to make the tackle.
I thought they were on there. The opportunity to go right was on.
And that just epitomises the danger this Saints team poses for this Warrington team. If you don't hand over the ball, or they get a bad ricochet on the kick and it's in play, and Grace, Nagama, all their back three, Makinson, Percival, will expose you.
And again, the Ratchford kick, I don't think was precise enough. It just didn't have enough height on it. Everything that Warrington do have got to be precise.
That's Grace who's put down. It's Roby who picks up, and it's back towards the middle again. Here's an effort by Thompson, but they're on the last play. Roby goes left, Coote carries and then puts the kick up. It's in the field of play from where he leapt, so even though he comes back down, Josh Charnley in the in-goal area, it'll be a dropout underneath the sticks. Good kick.
Great kick from Coote. No option here, Charnley.
Yeah, on the 10, mate.
Let's have a look at the try
try?
opportunity. Was it a try? Was it a try? Go to the video ref. Was it a try? Was it? Oh gosh! You know what? I would have given it.
On me.
But they need a break. Warrington need a break in relation to the flow of the game, etc. They're going to need a few more breaks like that.
Scoreless 6.5 minutes played.
Don't forget the imposition, right?
Drop out.
It's a good restart.
St Helens will come back and apply more pressure. Thompson.
Move now, hold me. Darryl, hold.
Roby.
Go on.
Worms is just pawing the ground here, just readying himself for another big effort forward, and springs to his feet quickly, and Roby comes right. Fars just helps it on its way again.
Move! Go.
Roby. Oh, Worms has dropped it. Worms has dropped it. That's a cheap bit of possession handed back Warrington's way.
And that's my point. I think Warrington will grow and thrive on anything that happens in that ilk.
Yeah, I think they've got to get him on the scrap here. You know, the footballing side, St Helens, you know, showed all season. They've got to get stuck in there, good kicking game, start from possession and control where the game is played. And they've got calibre players throughout their side, Warrington. They've been there, they've done it, they've got internationals. You know, they know how to dog it out. And as I said before the match, it's not the defeats they've had in the league, it's the result they had against a good Hull side. They could do that again today, but against the best side in the tournament.
Yeah, you look through that Warrington side, and it is littered with some very good players. They've been written off, perhaps a little too easily in some quarters. Clark amongst them. Cooper loves an offload.
Move to me.
Not on that occasion.
Hold.
Here's Clark again.
Go. Just stand up, Mike.
It's Jason Clark who's going to bring it back.
Move.
The Australian. Darryl Clark lines up at dummy half. Hill across the line. Hughes quick hands to Ratchford, who's danced in there and gets the offload back to Hughes again, who's angling back towards danger. And he's still not dealt with. But now comes the last play.
Hold me. Get square. Hold.
Warrington lined up for a kick to the left, which Patton will hang high here. And it's another great take by Tommy Makinson, who's not only snuffed out the danger, but finds himself beyond the 20-metre mark.
But again, you just watch the three players that stand in front of Makinson. There's no way a Warrington player can get to the ball.
Well, this is a good carry as well from Farsh. Journeying to the halfway line.
That epitomises Saints. You got one player that makes 40 metres, the next player's 30 metres. Look at them now, pounding into the half of Warrington Wolves.
Roby. Oh, that's now did that come off a Warrington hand? No. Still three. So two plays, two tackles to go. Roby goes out of dummy half. Wolves is just to his right. Last play of this set. Lomax, Farsh, grubbering in. Ratchford's watching it all the way and he's not willing to take a risk. And it turns out he doesn't need to. It's a penalty anyway for Warrington.
Just watch, you know, again, they go 100 yards from a good cook. He makes it from a good kick. He makes you know, a great run. It's just brilliant play by St Helens. They make it so easy. But just watch, from here, watch the kick. Look at the block in front of it. They don't change the direction. Maybe Nagama does. But, you know, that's a brilliant kick by Warrington, but easily, you know, cut out by Makinson because of his fellow players.
Let's hear from Damien Johnson, who's down on the touchline. Damien.
Don't want to labour the point about the weather, Dave, but I'm told it's 32 degrees outside at the moment. You can put 3 degrees on that because of the nature of the Wembley Bowl. And the referee, Robert Hicks, has the discretion to call for water breaks if he needs to, depending on the ebb and flow of the game. It's going to be thirsty work out there, though.
So that's St Helens' left side at the moment, and Warrington right side will really be feeling the heat because they're right in the direct beam of the sun.
Stand, go, two.
Patton, little switch of direction. It's back to Murdoch Masilla.
Go, three.
Hughes. It's Cooper, who's twisting his back, and maybe just the thought of the offload in the back of his mind, but he keeps it to himself. And now Patton offers it on to Ratchford, trying to create a bit of a gate. Nagama had that read and made the tackle well enough. Last play again. Patton. steepling high. Here come the runners. There's another wonderful leap. Percival this time, who catches it above head height.
Something tells me that Saints are doing some kick-catch practice, because the support that the catchers are getting from the people around them, the protection that they're getting, is enabling them to make yards after that catch.
Well, as we said, you know, Goodwin and King very good under the high ball. So, you know, is Charnley. So they would have known, because of Blake Austin's, you know, injury, they would have gone heavily on the kicking game, and they've done extremely well so far. But Warrington have got to persevere.
Well, all the chatter this week was about a man who isn't playing today, Blake Austin. Ankle ligament injury has forced him to watch here with a baseball cap on. Here's Charnley. Many Warrington players back behind to play the ball at the moment. It's a case of conserving energy on a day like today.
Well, it's hot. Damien, the sidelines told us it's hot. The game's going to get hot.
It's hot.
It is hot.
I don't think the fireworks helped at the start as well.
Darryl Clark out of dummy half. Still going here. And that lifts his team and gives them a little momentum. Patton. Here's Curry with a flick away for Goodwin, who keeps it alive. Back on the inside for Jason Clark. St Helens stop any further damage. Determination of the tackle. Last play. Ratchford again in the line. Regan Grace, the man underneath it this time, and it's less clean with the catch. And there's a knock-on. It's a turnover. It was a Warrington knock-on.
I think with the outside backs defending the guy who's going to take the kick, I think Warrington might have to adapt another approach and maybe go one far out. So what he does then, if you take the guy, the kicker goes one player out, the outside defenders have got to come up, so they can't defend the winger as much.
Fage. There's Nagama, who sets off and just has his shirt pulled from behind by Bryson Goodwin. But Makinson is up and running. And Saints are moving with some determination again. Coote across to Peyron. Roby, still a couple of tackles in the bag. Thompson. He's got all the skills, has Luke Thompson. Reckless ability to hurl his body at any defender, but a sidestep and pace as well. Over the heads, into the hands of Fage. Across to Lomax, there's space there for Regan Grace. But there's some determined Warrington defence getting across there. 4 of them in the end. And Saints are stymied.
Well, they created the 3-on-2, and I thought he should have just gone through the hands right to the death there. But yeah, Grace gets an opportunity, and it's a fabulous tackle. Patton in the end, I think, gets there, doesn't he? Is it King?
I think it's very difficult. You know, they've got so much pace out wide, St Helens. So Warrington have to keep their width. You know, they've got to keep the defenders out wide, but they're struggling because of the quick play of the ball by St Helens. They've been dragged in, and the numbers are appearing outside.
So red button forum when we finished here with this game this afternoon, and then the added bonus, the 1895 Cup final, Witness against Sheffield. You can watch that on the red button as well. That kicks off at 5:45. Hashtag BBCRL to take part in the social media conversation.
You can see what you like about this St Helens brilliant attack and all the speed that we see in the floor. Boy, they bend their backs well. They can defend. That's the challenge for Warrington for me.
Well, they're trying to keep as cool as they possibly can here. It's not so much a case of warming up as cooling down before they come on. Clark.
It's a good defensive set by Warrington.
Ratchford.
By Saints, I'm afraid, look at that, the kick.
Dribbling about, it's picked up by Tommy Makinson. The Golden Boot winner, of course, last year, Tommy Makinson, the International Player of the Year.
I think since he won that as well, I think it's given him a lot of confidence, and he's playing extremely well.
Percival threatening the burst. Roby's here at acting halfer again. Nagama angling back. 2 tackles to go in the set. Lomax inside ball. It was a little untidy, and it's Warrington who have it back.
It was too complex.
Yeah,
they had the numbers on the outside and were looking for opportunities on the inside. They'd actually done Warrington there.
Yeah, I think with the work that the outside backs have done and carrying the ball, they've done a lot of work, good yardage.
Jason Clark, former South Sydney player. He was one club man for a long time, Jason Clark, at Souths before his move here to Warrington this year. His big mate Sam Burgess telling him what a great occasion Wembley could be if Warrington were to get there. Curry. One-handed pick-up by Ratchford, who's searching out here. Here's Bryson Goodwin, skips away from the desperate Farge, looks for the gap between the two middlemen. Last play, Clark again. Here's Patton, again it's a kick, again it's the probe, and it's knocked forward this time, I think, by Percival, and so it will be Warrington who get the ball back again.
Well, that's what they've got to do, keep on doing it, keep the pressure on. Once the kick goes in the air, it's really a lottery. Anyone can pick it up. And that, as we said, as the boys said in studios, we've said pre-match, that will be their biggest attacking weapon today.
Well, it's brilliance versus perseverance and resilience, Dave. That's the fourth, fifth time they've gone to that corner with not much result. Now they've got the result. Now they have to stay at this end of the field and capitalise on that.
Well, that awkward opening 20 minutes of the game from Warrington's point of view is very nearly complete, and they haven't conceded, and they might even score given the opportunity they have here against the out-and-out favourites. Patton to the middle, Jason Clark now to Hill. Hill trying to burst his way through. Darryl Clark, Patton, Cooper. I don't think he was expecting that, but he's got to try and make the most of it, and almost carries that huge frame of his over the line. It's Clark again. Patton with a little kick into the in-goal area, and Lachlan Kirk just gets there. Concedes the dropout underneath the sticks, but it could have been worse.
And again, a good set, repeat set, just wear him down, control the game, control the ball.
They've still got to score, Jiffy.
Yes, exactly.
And that's part and parcel of their strategy. They've gone to the right, to the air, to Grace, got a result, and then they've threaded the ball through with Ratchford there to get the ball back, another set of 6.
Yeah, I think Patton's got to get, organisation quicker in the set. They wasted one tackle there, but just hitting it up the sticks.
So Coates with the drop. It's a little untidy from Warrington's point of view. They've lost valuable yards, so Hill will try to make it up.
Move now, hold me. For the foot.
St Helens having to defend again here. Jason Clark. Knock on in the tackle. So Warrington give up that position. That's a big relief for St Helens.
Yeah, it's a big mistake there, just in the context of ball control, turning pressure into points. They've relieved the pressure now, so Saints will get the ball in a good field position.
We talked before the game, Brian, about the lack of final experience amongst the St Helens players. Grand final in 2014, but apart from that, it's been barren years for them. Is this the point where St Helens players who haven't played in finals are settling down into the match a little more?
Well, you'd hope so. I think they'll set off from kick-off. You want to get stuck into the opposition. It kind of, the occasion goes out the window. It doesn't on your legs. The energy gets taken away that first 5 and 10 minutes. But this is all about performance for Saints and performing the way they've been performing all year and a little bit of last year. So they've got to be considered a really, really good team or a great team. They've got to get over the line in a final. Just looking at the...
Yeah, that's a try, isn't it?
Yep. That's a try. That's a great effort by Knowles, isn't it? Fantastic.
Well, that's the reaction.
Yeah, I'd have gone to the video ref.
Let's get back now, guys. Let's bind, please.
Referees are human.
They are.
Get your heads in. Come on, guys, we need to go now. We've had that break.
Something that Robert Hicks has to get out of his head if he's seen that on the big screen as well,
Yeah,
isn't
I think so.
Do you think they look?
Yes.
Yeah, mate, he's getting it off. Let's bind.
Sneaky look. Like Jiffy said, they're human.
Head in. Wait. Head in.
He's fights for the
Ball
field
in.
eventually.
Shot clock, cut, time up.
Coote.
There's a guy that's found some form. Naguana, he's been immense the last couple of weeks in the centre for Saints. A proud tradition of great centres going to that club.
Yeah, I agree with you, and he seemed to have sped up his game. Him and Percival in the centres look really quick. I know the centres and they're supposed to be quick and have all these kind of things, but clearly in the last few weeks they're really sharp. Got him here.
Looking down the left-hand side. Warrington, by the way, have got Chris Hill off with a concussion assessment at the moment. That's why Joe Philbin is on the field. Thompson looking to straighten up here, and St Helens in wonderful position. 15 out, but only one play to go. Lomax left to Coote, who curls his left foot round that. Ratchford gets down and takes it safely up.
Good play by Ratchford. Read the play very well, put his body on the line. Watch this set now by Saints. They'll try and trap him in the corner. The sunshine. This will be hard work for Warrington to get out. This is graft.
You get a sense this could be a game in which the second half explodes with points because of the fatigue factor on both sides in this heat.
Great run, line up.
Clark. This is Joe Philbin. It's like a hurricane blowing in from the back at times, Joe Philbin. He's hard to stop, and a kick from Patton.
It's a great kick to say the pressure was under.
That's a brilliant set.
Well, how far back can Regan Grace bring this? Warrington's chasers up and trap him on the 30-metre mark. Makinson. Eventually wrestle down to slow things down. There's Farsh, Nagala. Shoulder there from Curry to meet and greet, but he's up on the halfway line. Roby with the bandage wrapped around his head on the inside now for Louis McCarthy-Scarsbrook, who's also on from the interchange bench. He's wrestled his way forward. He's left Cooper looking less than healthy behind him.
Yeah, there's a clash of heads there by the boy, the two lads.
So here's the last. Farge with a kick. Ratchford underneath it. Nagama's challenging as well. It's gone backwards off the St Helens hand. Farge keeps it alive with a scoop in the air. Popped over the top. Here's Roby. Roby sees a lot of space there. And Lomax has, I think, run into Hughes. And it's cleared by Warrington. Lomax might claim a penalty there, but it looked as though he'd run into Hughes.
Yeah,
I think he did.
He'll making the penalty.
And here's Goodwin. Lynham.
He's worked hard for them, carrying the ball. Lynham has. He's made good yards, given the forwards a rest. This is the other winger, Charnley.
One of the several cup winners in the side, Josh Charnley. Having done it with Wigan in the past. There's Philbin. But they're into the shade again, which is the patches of shade are getting bigger and bigger across the field. That's not a great kick from Ratchford. That's given St Helens a tap back on the 20 and a 7-tackle count.
Yeah.
There's a few people blowing here on both teams. That 7th tackle just might make a bit of a difference. Here you go, here's the kick from Roby. He doesn't have to actually move. Is it Hughes that's in the way on the kick chase?
Yeah. He just looked for it. Look, just watch. Maybe just gets in the way, but he did move in his direction. Could have been a penalty.
Well, Cooper was looking less than healthy a moment ago, but he's still out there. There was just a suspicion that he might have had to go off for a head check as well, along with Hill.
I think he had a clash of heads with McCarthy-Scarsbrook.
Lomax, little dummy, show and go, off he goes, just inside the Warrington half.
He is so dangerous on the fringe.
Has to get up and play from here. Farge now, looking to carry it on.
Good tackle.
They offer a threat down the middle, they offer a threat out wide, where they have a few numbers here now. Taya gets it away to Percival. Percival cuts back in. Warrington over in numbers.
They are. Warrington are hanging on here.
Coote, chase himself, but he's blocked away. But he has forced cleverly another drop out underneath the sticks.
He's such a clever footballer. The complete, fullback for me. Chimes in, as a halfback sometimes. Creates the extra man on the outside. Just a very, very clever footballer, Lachlan Coote.
There was a couple of times in that last set that we saw with City on their left-hand side when Coote was chiming in with Lomax there. They'd actually done Warrington. If they'd have gone a different way, they were in the clear and down the side, which we've seen so many times with Lachlan Coote coming in on that left-hand side.
Well, there's bodies all over the field at the moment in bringing on the liquids, bringing on the water. I don't think the referee started the shot clock here. I think he's quite happy for everybody to take on a bit of fluid. That's the bang on the head. There aren't many harder heads, you wouldn't have thought, than Louis McCarthy-Scarsbrook in the game. Well, so St Helens come again. McCarthy-Scarsbrook leading the charge. Roby. Now Thompson. Good hard work again. Roby left to Farge. Farge now with the numbers. Lomax chiming in with a little dummy and a ball and a try at the end of it. Well, the referee wants to have a look again. Mark Percival got the final touch. I think it was Peru who got over there as well. He says no try on the field.
Touches anybody.
Let's
and
hear.
then he loses it and it's not stolen and then play on.
Let's hear from the video referee, Ben Thaler.
Okay, right. We have no try on field, so we are looking for a knock-on. So no try on field, knock-on. Right, Taya has the ball, it comes forward, does he regather it there? He does. Is that just in the tackle loss? Can we just go back on that, please? Just going in to make the tackle at that point. Just full speed would be good on this, good as watching full speed. I don't really think Taya has full control of that ball. In fact, from that angle, no, he doesn't. So, if we've got someone on the other side, I'll have a look at that. Doesn't touch, he's going in on this angle, he's just going to make the tackle. He's just going, Taya is spinning round as well, it's just lost. So therefore, we have no try, and we'll have a scrum, Warrington on the 20.
10-20 out. Yeah, 10 out, 28.
So you heard it, no try. It's a knock-on. Depends which end you're sitting as well, whether you think that's a good try or not, good decision or not.
I think it's the right call.
Me too.
Scrum back on the 10, Warrington's headed feet. Ray Noble's pulling a funny face.
No, I'm agreeing with the referee and the referee's video referee as well. I think it's a good decision.
So Mike Cooper's gone off. And Davis come on.
Just an update on Chris Hill's condition. We saw him come off after a clash of head. He's had a concussion check. All the protocols have been observed, and he's fit to play on.
Stay there now.
Well, that would be a massive relief for Warrington, won't it?
Out on.
Yeah, you need as many, I think, fit boys as you can for rotation today.
Move now for me. Hold.
It's Jason Clark. Darrell
Just
Clark
let it
out of
hold
dummy
soft,
half.
easy for you.
Lynham
2. Move. Hold.
looking to carry.
Go.
Clark again.
LNS.
Davis brought to the Midlands Academy.
Move here.
Matt Davis, signed from the London Broncos. He's been a while since he arrived at Warrington.
4. Move, Mark here.
Murdoch Masilla looking to get up and get going again. Hughes down that right-hand side. Came off a Saint's body, but oh yes, it was played out, the referee said.
Yeah, you had to make a play there, Regan Grace, because they created the overlap on the short side. Came in, took the ball, and unfortunately knocked it on.
Philbin. He has that Narum Scarum style, doesn't he? All action when he takes that ball in. Now it's Jason Clark. Grabbing back towards the middle. They've set up a very good position here, Warrington. Darrell Clark back to Philbin again, who's just hurtling towards the line. Has rolled over. Has he touched it down? The referee says he has. It's the Warrington-born Joe Philbin who gets Warrington up and running.
took the ball up earlier on in that set as well, and he just came again, spotted the gap behind the play of the ball, put his head down and just went for it. It's a brilliant line. Just watch. There's the knock-on from Regan Grace. They created the overlap on the right-hand side. But just watch this now. Here he comes. He spots the gap. They overread the play. The St Helens players overread the play. That's a brilliant finish.
Boy, he's got good leg speed. Clark sees him on the fly there, and he just opens them, and he keeps going, and Coo can't stop him. He rolls over the line. Brilliant from Philbin.
Tell you what, the defenders there, they overread that play. They went early across. They didn't fill, the gap behind the play of the ball, and this guy spotted it. And as you said, Dave, he just gives it everything. When he hits a ball, he puts everything into it.
Well, he was here last year as a losing finalist, but here we are, 26 minutes played. St Helens hot favourites before the match began, but it's Warrington who have the lead. And we sat down with Kevin Brown, didn't we, earlier this week, and he predicted this. And suddenly there's a switch in mindset potentially. The favourites begin to doubt, the underdogs begin to believe.
But on the evidence of what I'm seeing, I think Saints have clearly been the better team early these first 22 minutes. And if they execute well, so there'll be no panic in the Saints team. But I understand the story and the narrative that you're describing here, Dave. Saints, Warrington 6-0 up after 25 minutes. There's only Warrington thought that would be the case.
Yeah, I think the same. They've stuck to their guns. They've kept possession. They've been hanging on by the skin of their teeth in some defensive sets. But hey, that's what the game is all about. That's what sport is all about.
Has there been any penalties in this game as yet?
I don't think they have.
I don't think they have.
Yeah,
one.
Right. Only because there's a stats board in front of me.
Well done, Chippy. Here comes Coop with a restart. St Helens are behind. How do they respond and react to this? Davis for Warrington will bring it out. Well, they'll be looking for a big set here, Saints in defence. Just restricting Warrington's go forward to the barest minimum.
He is carried so well, he has, I tell you, line up.
Curry takes it in.
I'll tell you what, it's hard to do this running, this ball-carrying game. They're doing it particularly well, and it will take its toll on the Saints' defence, but...
It will.
Boy, it takes some juice out of your own tank, too.
Penalty for Warrington. Two penalties in a game now.
Now then, and that's it. When momentum goes with, you've got to make the most of it. And this is, they were on the fourth tackle there. This will give them a little leg up, and again, they'll have an attacking field position.
Well, Blake Olsen's not playing, but he's down there with Damien Johnson at the moment. Damien.
Blake, disappointed, I know, to miss out, but what have you made of the Warrington start?
Yeah, we had to be good early, and, we've managed to do that all week. St Helens have been told they've only got to show up to win, and, the longer we can hold them to zero, the more doubt creeps into their mind, I think.
Lovely that Joe Philbin, a local lad, can go over.
Mate, he had a lot of glory in the semi against Hull, and for him to score a special try here at Wembley, it's great for a local boy.
Thanks very much, Blake.
Cheers, mate.
Well, it's another big carry from Philbin that has taken Warrington within 10 metres of that St Helens line, and tackles again in the tank. Patton comes left. Goodwin brushes away a couple of defenders, holds the ball for an offload, but has to be submerged by defenders in the end. Ratchford to the middle. This is Jason Clark, trying to put his hand in the face of James Roby, and then almost inviting the tackle from McCarthy Scarsbrook. Bang in the middle, options both sides. They go outright. Hughes comes back to Murdoch Masilla. He's held up on the last. St Helens with some desperate defending to do. Clark goes for glory, doesn't find it, misses by inches, and St Helens come up with possession again.
Well, the play the ball was very quick there, give themselves the opportunity. Saints will want to settle here now, get a good set, get a good kick in. Just watch this defensive set by Warrington.
Well, they have to wind it up. It's a toil for both sides already in the game, and there's a lift for Saints, a penalty that carries them much further downfield than some of that hard labour might have done.
Yeah, I'm not saying it was much needed, but it's
much
quite relieving and helpful for this Saints team to clear their decks.
Over enthusiastic, you all knew what they're trying to do, just smash them in their own 20-metre area, just jump the gun a little bit.
Peru fell short of the half. Roby collects and delivers back for a big effort, this time from Ashworth, who's just inside Warrington territory. McCarthy-Scarsbrook lines them up and tries to step. Roby's there, the general in the middle. The man, the veteran, who carries so much responsibility on his shoulders. It's a forward pass. It's a basic error.
I think they're trying too hard at the moment. You know, Saints, you know, they're trying to go wide a little bit too early. You know, they've got the danger men out there. Look, they've gone one-on-one Lomax and Masilla, and it's got on the outside. But they're just pushing the pass a little bit. And this is what pressure does.
What's the conversation going on amongst those Saints players at the moment?
Yeah, I think that they're blowing too much, trying to blow too much oxygen into having a conversation. But I do pick up on what Jiffy says there. It just looks a little bit rushed, rash. Is that those the right R's? Just a bit. They just need to calm down and be in the right pace of the play for long enough, and they will. Lomax has shown that he can open up this defence, this Warrington defence.
I know, we're demonstrating he doesn't know his arse from his elbow. Warrington in possession. Here's Lydon. Held up 15 short of the halfway line. Clark comes left. Here's Davis. Hurling himself in a situation again. Darryl Clark to their right-hand side. Just inside the St Helens half of things at the moment, but only 2 tackles to go. Saints desperate to get their hands back on the ball again here as soon as possible, with the least amount of damage.
Gee, Philbin's made a massive difference from the bench.
Yes.
Ratchford sticks it high, Coots underneath it. Oh, Lachlan Coots! What are you thinking? At Wembley in a cup final, an error like that might just be costly.
You know, he'd catch them all day long, wouldn't he? But it's easy to, you know, it's quality player, but it happens sometimes. Pressure.
We've got 3 world-class panellists in the studio. We've got 2 reasonable panellists here sat on next to you, Woodsy, and we're saying what's the only way Warrington can get into this game and compete in this game, and it's to run the ball and kick well and maybe expect St Helens to make the odd error, the odd drop ball, and then get the pressure. Wow, it's going to script for Warrington.
Well, they said that St Helens had to be off the boil. They are off the boil, but here
good tackle.
come Warrington. Goodwin thunders in, but thumped to the ground. 5 tackles to go. Ratchford back to the middle. 7 minutes of the half remaining. Hill fully recovered, rolling it forward. It's a struggle for the big man. It's a struggle for the 2 fellas hanging off him. Now it's Davis. He's put down. Darryl Clark. Saints stand and wait for some more bruising defending to do, but they've been caught short. And Ben Murdoch-Masilla, from the hands of Hughes, finds a gap again, and Warrington have a second at 10 points to 0.
The only thing, Warrington, we're not going to score a try from long distance. They've done their game plan well. They know they've got big ball carriers to cause damage near the try line. They have done their plan exactly as they've done it all week, and the pressure they've put on St Helens has come off. They've had to, you know, when they've got momentum, when they've got pressure, they had to score tries, and they've done it in the last 10 minutes.
And Saints have helped them a little bit, if I could add to that, because it was a Regan Grace knock-on and then a Lachlan Coote knock-on that gives them the extra opportunity. But you do your best there. Do your best to stop Murdoch-Masilla one-on-one on a great outline there. And that's just pressure and energy that they've brought to their running game.
Wow. St Helens need to turn up and turn up quickly here. 6 minutes and a half and then another 40 in the second.
This is momentum in Warrington's favour, and they've scored tries. Saints will have their opportunities, and they'll have to try and score as well. You know, we have really got a great cup game on our hands now, because the best side in the comp by far need to find a few more gears.
And you just know that that's coming as well, don't you? You just know there's going to be a reaction from Saints.
We all know it's in them.
So it ain't a done deal by a long, long way. Stephen Ratchford settling himself down here, cup winner in 2012. Is 2019 going to be his year too? We shall see. Steady nerve on a tense afternoon. Goal kicks always important in finals, And he has kicked that superbly. And it is 12 points to 0 that Warrington now lead.
He's a big man. I don't care what you say. When you're getting one-on-one with somebody, it's a great ball from that man that shouldn't be playing standoff. Curry gives him a short ball that gives him one-on-one opportunity. That's what the Warrington coaches think of it. Long way from over this one.
Oh, a long way.
12-0, it's good so far, isn't it? It's good so far. Bang, crash, wallop. Here's Joe Philbin again.
He's made the difference, I tell you.
Definitely.
Darryl Clark.
And this guy has been very good.
Tom Minor. Clark out of dummy half. When he runs, there's danger. But they just got his ankles to make sure he couldn't run too far. They come left. Curry. Missed last year because of heartbreaking injury. Hill thunders it forward again.
It's
definitely Route 1 stuff.
It's not pretty stuff, this.
Davis. That's what you get when you don't have a standoff half. Darryl Clark. Ratchford.
Step in.
Up. But where does it come down? Lachlan Cook with nightmares still ringing round his head on that last drop, but that's a safe catch.
They're tiring now, the Saints forwards, because there's only one chaser there with Ratchford. You could have stepped that guy and gone on a run.
This is where you pick off Saints' back three. First of all, can't get some speed up and can't use his right foot step, and you're an opportunity.
Sorry, that's where the coaching staff have got to tell Ratchford, look, the chase now on you, the pressure has stepped down a bit. You've got an opportunity to step and have a little run. Tell your full-back to come with you.
Roby going left to Lomax. Lomax had an inside ball there, but trying to take them on himself. He had support from Ashworth.
They've got numbers here, Saints.
Here's Lachlan Cook, goes wide. Tear back on the inside. Percival flicks it away. Roby can't keep it alive. And that's where they end their set. And Warrington get a hand over.
And again, they haven't had the ball for a while. They should have put a kick on and put a pressure, turn the pressure, and let Warrington come out to their own, 10-metre area. But again, St Helens had the ability to create the extra man, as Brian said. They're just not clinical enough at the moment, Saints.
They're back inside St Helens half again here, Warrington. Line up. 3 plays to go. Darryl Clark left to Hill. Hill with a step back on the inside. St Helens have been working hard in the late stages of this first half. They've been made to work hard. They've been put under pressure. Philbin. What do they do on the last? They go left to Patton. Patton just wants the touch. He's found the wrong side of that corner flag, and that has given St Helens a bit of an initiative here.
I agree. There's some Saints players blowing a little bit here, but that 7 tackles might be the difference between them re-establishing field position.
He just needed to slow that all down, didn't he? Just needed to slow it down a little bit, kind of rushed.
That's Nagama. Here's Roby marching into position again. Farge, there's a pocket of defenders surrounding him. Very little he could do once he got that ball in his hands. Coote again. Trying to smash their way forward through McCarthy-Scarsbrook. Roby. Remember the extra tackle in this count because of that poor kick. And Lomax, and now Nagama. Nagama looking for that hole down the middle.
Lomax, yeah.
He should have run there, Lomax.
He was through.
Coote, Nagama, Lomax. What's he going to do? Gets it away to Ashworth. Ashworth with all the energy. Held up on the 10-yard line. And it's a penalty for St Helens.
Oh, big error there, penalty.
There's 1 minute and 20 to go to half, so they've got the chance to run a full set of 6, and that's exactly what they're going to do. McCarthy-Scarsbrook, close, push back.
Big set, this.
Roby in the sunshine, comes to the shade and Farge. Now it's Peru. Peru stepping. Held up and rolled down. Roby again. Dummies left, goes right. Nagama angling and arrowing, but held up. Warrington hanging on. St Helens asking all the questions. into the middle. Kept alive, and McCarthy Scarsbrook held up right underneath the sticks. They've got so many numbers left here, Saints. Can they catch them? Run away to Lomax. Lomax back in, but what a read that was in defence. He did not miss. Terrific from Darrell Clark. But they come again. Kurt with a kick. There's chaos. It goes out of play, and the referee, I think he's going to give this Warrington's way. Yes, he has. Head and feet for Warrington.
And they're trying to do things that they haven't done all season there, Saints. They haven't crashed on the trial, and they've had composure, and they've gone. I tell you what, low marks, they create the numbers, and Brian, I saw it. He throws a dummy, he is through.
Well, we've got 5 seconds left when the clock is stopped, by the way. But we talk about big tackles in cup finals, and we've seen more important ones maybe down the years, but that's good.
Well, I think the challenge for Justin Holbrook in this half-time speech is to calm this team down. Go back to our own pros. It's not to raise the ante, it's not to make them more excited or anything like that. It's just say, listen, play what you see, execute what we've got, opportunities we're creating here.
Exactly. You know, they've created more opportunities than Warrington, but Warrington have been more clinical. It's as simple as that. They haven't wasted one opportunity. Saints have.
Well, this will be the last play of the half. They're not going to take any risks. They'll just take the tackle. Well, they might have time for another. They'll have a time for another, but they still go wide. And that is that. And that is a first half that really does set up the second half here in this Challenge Cup final. Warrington players coming together here before they go off, are coming together in that sunshine to just have a word with each other. And then they drift towards the sidelines. But what a half. 2 tries, Phil Bin and Ben Murdoch-Masila. Let's hear from some of those involved. Let's hear from Tanya Arnold first of all.
I've got Johnny Lomax with me. Johnny, what do you make of that first half?
Yeah, it's been a tough first half. Obviously, it's a quick game. You know, Warrington are getting in behind the ruck. We need to make sure we keep travelling and working hard as a unit. And then when we've got the ball, we've got to put them in bad spots. We've come up with a few too many errors, and you know, you can't do that in these games.
Is there a danger you're trying too hard out there?
I don't know about that. I think, you know, we've had decent opportunities, been over the line a couple of times. You know, we've just missed out. We just need to be a bit more clinical.
Just quickly, were you surprised he didn't take Morgan Knowles' effort upstairs early on in the game?
100%.
Stefan Ratchford's here with me. Stefan, great first half. You went into a little huddle at the end there. What was going on?
Yeah, we were just speaking about getting together before we left the field. You know, we've been quite together in that first half. Good first half performance. I mean, we know we've got areas we can improve and what we've got to build on. But yeah, we're quite happy with that first half. But no, we've got improvements in us.
Did you get a bit of luck with the Morgan Knowles effort that was disallowed?
Well, I was involved in the tackle, so I didn't quite see it, so I weren't sure. But you know, some you get, some you don't, and we'll take any help we can get today.
Thanks a lot.
Cheers, thank you.
By the St Helens, like Wormsley only 5 carries, Roby only 5, Tyre 4, Knowles 3, Perro 4. I think just shows they've gone wide too early. They've got to mix it, and Warrington, you know, have smashed them in midfield now, and that's why they're leading, because they've gone away from their usual game plan.
Shadows lengthening in the second half. Brows furrowing from those who are following St Helens. And Brian Noble's licking his lips, quite literally, at what can unfold in this second period.
Yeah, absolutely. I just think that Saints can improve. I think Warrington have to do more of the same, and I take on board what Ellery and Martin O'Fire said at half-time there, that Warrington, I don't think, will do much different to what they've been doing. It's up for St Helens to respond, be patient, and get themselves into the right scoring positions.
Yeah, totally agree. You know, everyone expects Saints to come back, and they will. But Warrington have got to do the same. First score here.
Oh, hang on, here's Goodwin making a bit of a break, a bit of a mark early in the second half. He needed to be got to, and he was. Lachlan Kurt with a very good tackle. They're on the last. Patton with the kick. King's trying to get in there, but just beat to the ball.
Great start from Warrington. They expose a little bit of a frailty on, and doubt creeps in. Whatever we say, when it doesn't go your way and you're trying to find a way, doubt can creep in, and we saw a decision that Warrington made there that shows them that they're the confident team at the start of this second half.
Yep, they're not going to sit back and just, you know, absorb everything. They know they need to score. Oh, great hit that is. Ouch.
Might be my eyes, but I think James Roby's playing without a number on his back in this second half. There's a mistake. There's a mistake.
I tell you what,
add that to the list.
Nicholson had a whack on his head then as well. He is feeling that because he took that ball in ferociously.
Was it Davis underneath on the tackle? Well, here's the error I think we're going to show from
Morgan Knowles, wasn't it?
From Knowles, yeah.
That's a poor pass there, you know. He'd be disappointed if that's past Roby.
Well, the tackle before that was,
Yeah, hit.
was a proper whack.
I just think, though, you know, it's all about composure, and I do think, you know, they're going wide. The back three have carried the ball so well for both sides. The St Helens forwards now have really got to just, you know, pick up the mantle and set the platform for the St Helens backs.
Davis.
Move now, Holmy. Hold.
Goes to take it in.
Go.
Here's Hill.
Two.
Another stout
Move.
carry, but not making too much of an impact here. But they've set a platform with 4 tackles still to go. Philbin again.
So if you're not going anywhere, just take a drop goal. You know, it's 3 scores then, early in the game.
Daryl Clark. Patton. Oh, and Ratchford's got a bit of a... Well, it looked as for a moment as though he got a bit of a space. But it closes up quickly. Stymies his ambition, and out of dummy half! Just short. Oof. Just short. But they size the task again, and it's another effort! And this time, they're claiming they got there! Tom Lineman it is!
Mate, I have no
He
try.
says no try on the
Can
field.
you just confirm that he bumped into his own man before grounding the ball?
Well, there you
and
go.
then
As
check
he
the
bumped into
grounding,
his own
please.
man offside before he's grounded the ball. Let's hear from the video referee.
OK, right, the live call on field is no try. So I want to see, first of all, if there is any contact with the man who picks the ball up with the man who's played the ball.
Push yourself, boys.
So Godwin plays the ball. Does Lynham make any contact with him? Can't see on that angle that he actually does. He's gone to the left-hand side of him. I need another view if we can. So on that angle, no, it doesn't. Now this angle, is there any contact with Godwin? It's all on the Gama. The slight brush of the arm. Just go that back, please. The live call on field is no try. Right, any contact with him, pause it there, pause it there. There is contact there. The live call on field is no try. This is a better angle from that one. So need any contact, it's just the slightest of touches on him. Go back on that, please. Right, I'm going to go back to the previous angle. Previous angle, please. If he makes any contact with him, there, pause it. Live, I don't want to see anything else. A live call on field is no try. There is contact, and therefore I don't want to see any more. It's no try. It's a penalty to St Helens.
Could have done with a snickometer, really, couldn't we?
We have had 2 of the worst calls I have seen this season in the final. 2 tries that should have been given, and none of them have been given.
Well, we never saw far enough into that replay as to whether he actually got the ball down as well, which would be a question mark, but presuming he did.
Hugely difficult on that angle for the video ref. Has to go with the on-field decision.
Well, I still think it's, you know, it's a
Well,
poor
it's 1-1 in video,
yeah,
got knocked off, isn't
rubbish
it?
decision.
Roby's here at dummy half for St Helens, who is still trailing just, but there's 12 points to nil. It could have got an awful lot worse there a moment ago.
That should give St Helens a kick up the backside as well.
As long as they don't do it from an offside position.
Yeah.
Here's Roby just picking up and going left, and Lomax helps it on its way. Sebtaya. Lomax. Percival. Searching across. Can't get away from those who came towards him. They're on the last. It's Farge just hoisting it high up in the air. This is coming down with a little bit of snow on it as well. It's a Warrington touch. It's another set for St Helens, and listen to the noise that's coming from the Saint end now. They suddenly believe there might be something on here. Amor tries to push his way through. Held up just short. Roby roams into position. They're all on the starting blocks here, Saints. Left again. Tyre trying to throw off the defenders. Can't do so. Roby, no longer the number 9. He's the anonymous man in the middle, James Roby.
Well, they've got numbers to the right here, Saints, if they're quick. We're adjusting now, Warrington.
Roby again. Farge through hands to Lomax. Lomax to Kurt, the miss-out, and here's a try. Tommy Makinson loves the spectacular. Normally pulls off the spectacular. Referees question his finishing time and time again. He often proves them wrong. Will he do again? No try, says Robert Hicks. So we're back to the video ref, Ben Thaler.
We have no try on field. So if we can just do this really slow. We need to see where he jumps from and slow it down from about now if we can. So the ball is in his right hand. He's still in possession. He's clearly in the field of play at that point. Player's going in to make the tackle, which is fine. Keep it going. Pause it there. I don't need to see anything else. It's going to be no try, and it's going to be a 20-metre restart.
And Jonathan Davis would just like to say how good a refereeing decision that was.
Well, they've got to get one right. They've got to get one right sometime, haven't they? Fair play. Great tackle. Your money was on Makinson there. He's
based on reputation, he gives a try every day of the week, don't you? But
that's just another indicator of that. He scores them every day of the week, 10 times every day of the week, and he hasn't this time. So all of those little things that we said had to go to Warrington's way are definitely going Warrington's way.
And it's still 12 points to 0, despite the moments of drama that we've had at both ends of the field in the opening 6 minutes of this second half. It ain't going to stay 12-0. I think we're fairly certain about that.
No way.
It's just how does a story unfold from here?
It's been a brilliant final so far. Just, you know, with the expectation, the favourites tag, the underdog tag, the injury. It's just been a fascinating, you know, first 46 minutes.
Hughes, Murdoch-Masila spinning, but not getting any further. Anymore making sure. Lomax was round the ankles. Here's Hill, who winds himself up and drives in.
Right, they've got to go left corner where the sun is. They've gone the wrong way.
They're coming right to the shadows. Rashford puts it up. King's underneath it, knocked back though by Charnley. Bounces around, still all on. Well, it's a real pinball. In the end, St Helens come up with it and start from there.
I don't see why they don't go to the left-hand corner. The sun is in Makinson's eyes. Just got to hang it up there.
Well, they got a result. They got a last play, and they got a bit of confusion and chaos as well. So we both hear what you're saying. And
he got through. Nagama was to his right, but he stepped back towards the middle. Maybe sensing Coote, but they couldn't go any further. Makinson picks up, races into position. Percival spinning back, angling back. Murdoch-Masila with a tackle, but St Helens with the momentum. Roby goes out, rides a tackle, passes away to Coote. Coote into a cul-de-sac, reverses back out again, swings it on to Farge. Farge now, here's Paolo, across to Nagama. Nagama with a step in the angle. Warrington have him covered, and they survive for 5, but can they survive the last? Another big effort forward, still alive from Paolo, puts the kick in, goes to ground, and here comes Curry. Curry's going the other way, and they drag him down just in time.
What the tackle that is, Farge! What the game!
Waves crashing one way, waves crashing the other. Here comes Charnley, held up. In back play, Rashford's in trouble.
The scramble from Warrington and the attack from Saints. Everybody's doing all the wrong things, but boy, he's making a brilliant final.
He made a break. He should have gone right-hand side. He ran away from his support on the right. But what this tackle? He's going the length, Curry is, or he passes us out, right? That's a try-scorer, try-saving tackle, that is. What a tackle!
Well, he's like a bullet from a gun, Curry, isn't he? He's got such pace, and Fai's not pulled that off. I think he might have gone the full distance. We saw him score a great try against Hull last year, a couple of years ago.
And line him outside him as well. What a tackle that is.
Warrington's big blokes have done an amazing job, haven't they?
They have.
Now it's the last. Patton steeples it high. Grace, and Coots just... Well, Coots not only caught it, he's got it away to Grace, but... Again, Warrington up there with enthusiasm.
Tell you what, last 20 minutes of this game, there's going to be absolutely nothing in the tank. They've given everything so far.
Makinson crashes to the ground. We've just seen Alex Walmsley coming back on. Roby. Alex Walmsley's going to take this drive in. Smashing it in, full of energy, shaking them off, getting it away. Lomax with a reach. Lomax looking for a bit of a gap and a dodge and gets it away. Wasn't tackled, the referee says. So Percival carries it on, and now Coote. And Coote put down inside the 30. Warrington hanging on. St Helens asking all the questions now. Question marks hanging out all over Wembley Stadium at the moment. Can Saints get the cut through here? Roby. Farge, wide it goes. Knowles with a step.
Great defence.
Warrington all over him. It's the handover. Let's go down to the touchline. Tanya.
Yeah, I've got Danny Richardson with me. I mean, Danny, you're kicking every ball, making every pass. How tough is this to watch?
Yeah, you know, it's awful. I'd much rather be out there with the boys playing, but you know, Justin's picked this side and I'm sat here, so you know, I'm more nervous here than I would be if I was playing.
Is it just about composure, do you feel, to get that try?
Yeah, I think that's it. You know, you look at it, it's only 12-0, and you know, there's half an hour left yet, and if the boys can stay relaxed and you know, play how we normally play, I feel like we'll come out the other end of it. So
there'll be more time than they will after this. Check, Danny.
I know what it is. Yes.
I suspect there's a young fella who feels he should be playing today.
Well, that's the impression you get, isn't it? But he isn't, and it's an exciting game, and I do agree with him on one point, though. Stay patient, they're going to get some opportunities.
Well, they've reached the end of the tackle count here, Warrington, and they're still inside their own half, and Clark is running out of dummy half. There's a bold move on the last play, and a kick to the corner now. Well, it's a ricochet kick, and it should be covered here by Regan Grace. Oh! Well, as he knocked it on, the referee said, well, I think he gave himself up there, Regan Grace. I think the ref might have been playing on, and then the ambling effort from Grace rather suggested the body language that he had knocked it on.
Yeah, he had a chance there to have a go, because I think the referee was going to let it go.
Was it Goodwin on the chase? Did he not touch it down after Grace knocks it on? What's this?
That's a knock on.
No, it's gone way past him.
You're seeing things, Brian.
Yeah.
Not for the first time this weekend. Yeah, it's a knock on.
I think they're looking at a late tackle here as well. To see the tackle on, I think that's, yeah, the tackle on Clark when he goes through. Is it a late hit by Coote? Which could give him a penalty, which is at 2 points.
No, I think they're just making sure Darryl Clark's okay here. I think he has made his decision here. The referee's a drop out underneath the sticks. Yep.
And there's a kick.
Well,
no, there's nothing in that. I don't think.
Another good decision by the referee, Jim.
What about the last play from Darryl Clark in the first place?
Brilliant.
Gone.
Drop out, St Helens under pressure. They could do with a Warrington mistake. There's Akawala. Bang! Walmsley in his way. They're claiming a shoulder there from Walmsley.
It was.
If you're Alex Walmsley, you think, how else do you expect me to stop him? Cooper. Referee's just giving a warning there to Alex Walmsley. You might have heard, get that arm up.
I tell you what, they have really warm into this game, the Warrington forwards are.
Murdoch Masilla trying to rip his way through. Darryl Clark is here at dummy half, 20 yards away. This is Cooper. Cooper to within 10 almost from St George Illawarra Ford in Australia. There's a lot of Australians watching on. Late in the evening, your time. Here's Ratchford, and it's obstruction, I think.
Yeah, it's a silly play.
Yeah.
You know, they had him under the cosh.
So penalty for Coote to find touch here. 12-0. it remains.
I still think a field goal, early field goal. You know, in that position, nothing happening, just knock it over.
Roby. Walmsley. Oh, Akawala's right. We saw those stats last week that Akawala's picking up 300 kilograms of weight on a regular basis in the gym, and well, that's a good run by Amon.
Yeah, it looks like he is now as well. His legs have gone, trust me.
Yeah, you're right. He got 300 here.
Lomax inside ball, and Coates takes up the running. Fancy little interplay from Saints has got them closer. Roby goes out. Roby looks left, right. No, he's not going anywhere. Defending is working really hard. Now it comes to Kurt.
Oh, what a tackle.
Tyre stopped in his tracks.
What a hit that is. What a man and ball.
Hand over for Warrington.
You need control here now. I think both sides need an element of control. Everyone's chucking everything at each other here. You just need a bit of composure and control.
No, we don't. We want chaos. No. This is an unbelievable game.
It is unbelievable.
Let's have crisis and chaos and last plays that we can't work out and all those things. It makes it brilliant.
I agree.
Well, there's a big effort going on from St Helens in defence here. Warrington being restricted. Walmsley came in with another. Again, they're claiming shoulder first, but
it's a short arm there.
Walmsley's looking a little.
It's a good set.
It's a great set from St Helens. Regan Grace has lost his number. As Kevin Nagama actually has lost his number.
Hitting each other so hard their numbers are falling off.
Last tackle inside the 20. What an effort that was from St Helens in defence, forcing Warrington to kick. But look at the kick, the bounce.
What a chase!
Great chase.
Makinson running it back, and yeah, wonderful energy. Wonderful energy on a sapping there.
He's taken the ball back so well, Makinson, and he's been smashed as well.
There's Grace. There's a lot of players with hands on hips. Out of shot at the moment. Percival takes it in. We've still got 26 minutes of this absolutely energy-sapping contest to go. This now is Roby, and that's Farge. And the inside ball is Thompson. And had he not had his ankles tapped there, he could have caused some damage. It's a quick play, the ball, but it's on the last. Farge puts it up in the air. There's a contest up there, but it's taken really well on that far side by Lynham.
I thought Saints should have run the ball there. So this game of chaos continues. I just look at this defence as well. Get that in here.
Have that.
Murder ball at the moment. Warrington have nowhere to go. St Helens have got through 3 tackles, and Warrington are barely 5 off their own line. Ratchford looks for some relief. He runs into another powerful shoulder.
Quick play the ball.
Scrambled to his feet, not the quickness they required. It's a bit of a loose pass, and that invites the defence further again. This time they get past 5 tackles, only 12 from their own line. Great pressure from Saints, and that's what it does for you. That's what it does for you. The kick is loose. St Helens get it back right underneath the sticks.
That is immense pressure from St Helens, you know, and then they didn't get their numbers up. Marmo got in the way, and then the rush kick, and now it's what an opportunity for St Helens. This is it.
It's minute 55 the game when the tide turns. If anything, it's been slowly rolling in for the Saints to begin right parts of the field. They had a crack at keeping Warrington there last time other than a brilliant kick. This time, not the case. Field position ascendancy with St Helens here.
First man in is Amor. A fancy here. A thunderous noise sweeping down the stands at the St Helens end, urging their side on. Walmsley held up. 4-5 wrestling him, and just about keeping him at bay. This is Roby. Left to Farge. Farge with a step. Farge reaches. Has he touched it down? Yes, he has. The finger points. The little Frenchman might just have begun a revolution here. St Helens back in a contest with a try.
Well, the dam broke in the end. It was just too much for Warren to hang on to. Small man stepping out action. Create the numbers on the left-hand side. The threat of ball carriers. Farge goes off his left foot. Slams the ball down, reaches out. Game on.
Yeah, game on now. You know, the smashing up. Walmsley, and then it gets to this little man, steps inside, beautiful finish. He's been a threat all game.
So he's settled for the conversion here.
I can just say, look, Cooper, the experienced players, Redford absolutely firing into the team. You know what, the St Helens, it's definitely from the supporters behind us. St Helens fans are just giving absolutely everything. It's Saints' opportunity to get back into the game, but this Warrington team, they're determined not to give it up.
Big kick, big kick. Oh, it needs converting, and he's missed it. He's missed it, and it's still a sizable task for St Helens. They still have to score twice.
Well, I remember playing against a certain Fran Botica, right, in the final year, and you knew every conversion you had to nail because he was going to kick everything, and that's the pressure that comes, you know, in this big game.
That's skewed wide. Lachlan Coote, he's not had a day to remember so far. He's a world-class player, Lachlan Coote. He's one of the most skillful men out there on the park. We have just given him so much praise this year because he has done so many wonderful things, but no hiding place in the sunshine of Wembley when the pressure's on. And St Helens might just have started the engine here, though. Here's Roby. 22 minutes of the match remaining, and it's going to remain a contest, you fancy, right to the full-time hooter. Warrington working hard to restrict St Helens' movement. Here's Walmsley, and he's had the ball sprung from his hands. The referee says play on, and Jake Mamo is smashed by Zeb Tyre, but that's little consolation for Saints.
Yeah, Warrington don't want to be drawn into this open, loose game now. Keep to the structures, keep to the pattern and the kicking game.
Lynham working hard closer towards the middle of the park than his wing position would suggest. Hill, ball in both hands and takes it in. Keeps pushing. No value in a drop goal for Warrington. Hughes, 30 metres away. Clark to Clark, Darrell to Jason, Englishman to Australian, Jason down, last play.
Son, the wrong side again.
Back to the shade, Ratchford puts it high in the air, Regan Grace underneath it, has leapt and taken it very well, and his teammates make sure that he keeps in the field of play.
Well, it's not a bad place to start, but I am tempted to take Jiffy's advice here and get the message down to kick the other way. It's so blinding.
You've got to kick the other way. You know, the sun would be in the defender's eye.
Here's Coote. This is good. Robin. Scored the first ever Wembley try, as we mentioned earlier, in 2007. James Robbie, he'd love one here today. Not for himself, but to get his team back into the contest again. Lomax looking left. Percival steps off that left foot.
It still looked very dangerous, ball in hand, Saints.
Coote, the best of balls to him. He has to just grab and rebalance before he can kick downfield.
That's not going.
Under those circumstances, not a bad kick at all. Ratchford picks up, and he's got lots of hard work to do here, and he ain't going past Kevin Nagama.
Good chase again.
And he's hurt as well, is Stephen Ratchford. And look at Saints again here, winding it up in defence. So Bryson Goodwin looks for the blind side.
Well, that's the thing that's clubbed Saints back into this game, if that's the right expression. They've been prepared to invest in this side of the field and restrict Warrington's territory.
They have.
Clark.
This bloke's been brilliant.
Pattern from the acting halfback.
Ratchford. Oh, again, there just seemed to be a little bit of...
Well, there we are. The sun's in your eyes. Just put it to that side.
Lachlan Coote hunted down and dragged down. Sonny Makinson.
The backfield for Saints isn't going to go away, Dave. And so the longer this game and it's close, they're going to make a break. Trust me, on the kicking game, they're going to make a break.
Percival. Mamo half tackled and then let go. Hughes can't get there, so Mamo goes back for a bit more. And Percival is stopped. Septire, Cook Island International. Thompson, just so powerful. Here's Fage on the last, kicking for the corner. Trying to stick Ratchford there and then rely on the chase, and the chase is good again. And Ratchford, you ain't going nowhere, but he's got a good offload away. And even that doesn't come up with the goods they would have wanted, but it is a quick play, the ball.
I tell you, Fage has been good, hasn't he? Fage has been very good today.
Well, the Frenchman became the first Frenchman to win the Lansdale Trophy last year. I wonder if Theo Fage is making a case for himself here today as the second Frenchman. Mamo.
A few Warrington players blowing here.
They are struggling now,
losing their
Warrington.
energy.
Yeah, they are really struggling.
18 minutes to go. Chandler, winger, trying to pick up the pace, take some pressure off his forwards. It's going to be a kick again.
And again, they're kicking from their own 40. It's a very good kick, though. Very good kick.
That's a great kick.
Dantes and Bobbles and the chase. Goodwin's leading it. Has to wait for some of his teammates to catch up with him. They're all there now. Lomax looking to put his head through the gap, but closes around his shoulders.
And look at the Saints players now. Look at them walking back. You know, they've given everything in this game. You know, shattered. There's going to be gaps appearing everywhere.
Thompson smashing it in. Roby. Makinson. Just a hint of a suggestion of a possibility, but then spoils it by knocking on. He's claiming the ball was stolen. The referee saw it the other way.
Composure.
It's Warrington who get it.
Composure. Composure.
Are you talking to me or them?
You're all right, Dave. You're all right.
17.5 minutes to go. Yes, trying to get up and play too quickly, wasn't it?
The clock is your friend, isn't it? If you're Warrington now, you're going to leave that tick, 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 tick tock.
What is it, 16 minutes?
Barmy Army is the chant from the Warrington fans as Charlie takes it in. Hill with a drive and the urge and the surge, and he takes them to within 30. Ratchford's just jogging up to that left-hand side, but Clark goes to Cooper on the right, and Cooper again with another big effort down the middle. Warrington are creeping closer and closer here. Patton to Ratchford. Ratchford to Goodwin. Goodwin can't get away from Nagama. Can't get rid of the Fijian. Patton.
And it is again. That's all they
Hill.
do. Take it up, take it up, take it up.
They're on the last again. Last again.
At the side.
Patton with a little chip. King, and it's taken very well in mid-air again. Is that Percival?
Yeah.
Got up and came down. But that's the size of the task. Look where they are. So close to their own line. It's no use to Saints. They need to get to the other end. Warrington fans getting behind their side again. Grace. You might have missed it at half-time, but the Lions are back, the Great Britain Rugby League Lions, on the BBC in the autumn. Regan Grace, the young Welshman, may figure, may not, we don't know, but it's going to be a terrific series. Wormsley. Roby. Coote with a kick. He's looking for the gap between a fullback and a winger.
Step.
Picked up by Lynham. Nagama's done really well there, hasn't he?
All these players have. This has been one juice-sapping game.
It has.
Mamo. Ratchford. Half his teammates are still in front of him.
I know.
There's Hill. Driving it in. Cooper.
So he's been good, isn't he, Cooper?
Feel the heat and the intensity of the occasion at the moment. 14 minutes to go. Patton's kick downfield just thumps it.
Great kick.
Out of danger.
Kick again.
Grace picks it up.
Chase, look at that chase.
They're all up there, in a line. Nowhere to go.
That is the most daunting thing if you're a back three player, when that chase is good.
But this is where the set making sin and Percival particularly can break the game up.
Percival, which is always a bit of a juggle there. Makinson coming back. Roby. Walmsley. He'll go again, Alex Walmsley. Ruggedly forward. But they're running out of tackles. They're running out of time. They're not running out of hope just yet, but that doesn't help for Saints. Knock on. It's back with Lynham on that left-hand side, and the Nagama doesn't quite finish off the job. Lynham can come searching back towards the middle, and he's happy with that. Well,
errors might just define this game, Dave, in relation to St Helens.
Yeah, you've got to get the smaller men onto the bigger men now. They've given everything. There are gaps all over the shop.
14 errors by St Helens today. Warrington only 4.
That's the difference. But Warrington knew they couldn't make many mistakes and just give them opportunities. They knew they had to play mistake-free.
Clark spins it out. Patton stands and waits for what's coming his way. A couple of tackles to go. Curry.
I'd be tempted to kick a touchline here.
Yeah, slow it down a bit.
Patton's putting it up high again. Regan Grace underneath it, under pressure, knocked back by King, picked up into the hands on this right-hand side of Josh Charnley, and that's the end of the set. So St Helens get it back again.
They must have thought, look, we're going to kick to Regan Grace and we're going to kick to Toby King because he's good in the air. But when you've got, you know, the sun in the winger's eyes, I'm just thinking you've got to go and put it up there, hang it into the sun.
I think Prince Harry was asking the same question there. Where do they keep kicking to that corner? Farge.
There we go. There's a break on here.
Nagama. Cutting back in, cut down. Touches on just to have a look on that far side, Liam Moore. Smash by Thompson. Good leg drive again, meters after contact. Roby picks up. Oh, and he's having a nightmare.
Yep.
There's no kind of way of putting it.
One of the best players in the tournament. He's one of the best players in the comp, right? But today just hasn't been his day.
Find a dark corner and hide.
Well, I don't know how you dress that one up. He's dropped it cold, hasn't he?
Yeah. No.
Coming into the game, you'd look at him as being one of the star attractions.
Yeah, definitely. I think
totally out of character.
He's one of the most complete footballers in the comp. But look at the clock now. Once it gets that 70 mark, tick-tock.
Hughes. Darryl Clark, Warrington are just happy to see another set through. Here comes the Hurricane again. Joe Philbin.
I like that, Hurricane. I like that, Dave.
I'll stick.
Clark comes right to Ratchford. They are just winding themselves up here. Well, Ratchford needs to wind down a little. I think it's a touch of cramp here.
So much admiration for both teams here. In this heat, the juice that they've used. Clark's been outstanding.
Low scoring but epic. I wonder what Blake Austin's thinking. Damien, maybe you can ask him.
Blake is with me now. It's a tough watch, Blake. What do you have to do to get over the finishing line, do you think?
Well, we've just got to keep turning the ball over in corners. Anytime we've done that, we've managed to put them under a lot of pressure, and Saints having a bit of trouble coming out of their end. So if we can do that for another 11 minutes, you know, it's going to be very enjoyable come the 80-minute mark.
What has it been like watching for you?
Oh, look, mate, I'm a rugby league fan today, and it's been enjoyable. The boys are putting in a real effort, and I think rugby league's a winner today.
Thanks, Blake.
Just over 10 minutes to go. Score here for Warrington might be decisive. Hill will carry it in, but there's only one play to go. St Helens desperate to defend again. In the sunshine on that left-hand side, Patton with a kick, and Farge has fumbled. mistake, they can't stop making them.
You couldn't write it, could you? There's no way. You know, I've seen him make so many mistakes.
We saw the blueprint in the semi-final, remember?
That's a poor kick, you know. That's a poor kick by Pat, and he's got away with it.
Well, we expected that to be a scoreline, not an error count. St Helens 16, Warrington 4. But it's because of that stat that we have this scoreline. St Helens 4, Warrington 12.
This is it. This is their moment for Warrington.
Hughes coming right, taking it in is Toby King, held up. Philbin's pawing the ground. And then he fancies a smash and grab raid on this St Helens line. Wants that King's okay to play on. How long left? 9 minutes. 9 minutes to go. One of Wembley's lowest scoring occasions. But none the less thrilling for that. He's allowed to stay down, isn't he?
That's a shot to the jaw. That's luckily not a penalty. It should be a penalty. There's no doubt in it. That is a calculated smack to the chops, really. So, you know, you can't cover that up. That is a penalty.
That's a technical term from Jiffy. Smack to the chops.
Smack to the chops, yeah.
It's going to be okay. He's going to carry on. One of the several Warrington players who tasted defeat in 16 and 18, Toby King. Is he on the verge of victory here, along with his teammates in Primrose and Blue? Warrington fans are in great voice. Warrington players are in great position. Cooper smashes in, up and down. 9 away and 4 tackles to go. You'd fancy him. This is Philbin. Held up, put down, 5 out. Darryl Clark runs to the left to win it. Darryl Clark reaches and scores, and his 150th Warrington appearance will surely now be a Challenge Cup final victory. Warrington over the line, both in terms of that try line and surely the finish line.
Well, he's my man of the match. I've been calling him all the game. He's made the right breaks at the right time, the right kicks, the right moves, the right runs. Boy, does he run at the right time here. He has to run. He's going to make a break. What a score from Darryl Clark.
You need your big players to step up, and he has made some really big runs in this game at crucial times. And what a way to finish it. They've stuck at their guns, they've gone. He steps out of the line a little bit, and he gets it. Does he just watch it? There you go. Paolo steps out, opens it up for him. Walmsley can't get to him. Stretches, scores. Thank you very much.
Great score from Clark. Great individual effort. Gets in between Walmsley and Paolo. Understands that Walmsley's not quite moved off the line quite quick enough, and Paolo's gone a little bit too quick. Leaves that little gap open. He says, "That's for me, baby."
Well, there's the reaction in the cool of the coach's box. There's the reaction on the sidelines on the other side.
This conversion is still important.
Yeah.
You know, this puts it away. This ends the game for St Helens, this does.
Yeah. Puts this over. St Helens will have to score 3 times in the 7 minutes that remain. As it stands, 2 tries, 2 goals for Saints. Might force Golden Point extra time, and that ain't beyond the realms of possibility. So they need this one just to calm things down, and he's got that one. Over it goes. It's 18 points to 4 now, and Warrington surely home and host.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
No.
Three tries to Saints in, what is it, 7 minutes?
They've done a job. I tell you what, they've done a job on Saints. The forwards and the mistakes
Well, they're going short because they have to go for broke, but it's Curry who catches it. And we just saw a shot there of Steve Price, and we have to say, what a job he has done. He's got them to the 3 finals that he's coached Warrington, and here they are looking like being winners. Brian Hill.
Absolutely agreed. And he's had a master plan today. Everybody knew, the pundits knew which way they're going to have to go. They've controlled the ball. They've been big and busty in the middle, and they've found 3 opportunities, or at least 4 opportunities, scored 3 of them. That's game plan to the max. Well done, Steve Price.
And that'll give them confidence as well going into the Super League playoff. They know they can mix it with anyone.
Just looking for touch here. 6 minutes to go, but they found Lachlan Cook. Is there a way that St Helens can rescue themselves from this situation?
No.
You'd think not.
Probably not, no.
Tick-tock.
But it has been their mistakes which they will look back on.
Definitely. We saw what, Halifax didn't have the offensive arsenal to create anything in the semi-final. It was a similar kind of performance, a high error rate from St Helens, giving their opposition an opportunity. Don't take anything away from Warrington. This has been brilliant from them.
Coots involved here, and Percival just thrown it away, literally thrown it away in his desperation to keep it alive. Warrington get head and feet at the scrum, 20 from the
They're chasing it, Dave, and I think Warrington had to play that one game plan, okay? I think that's always going to happen. And then when I think Saints have played far too much football. They've got a big pack, they've got a fast pack, just had to mix it with the Warrington forwards. They haven't given them the platform that they usually give them, and that's been the big thing. They've flustered, they've lost composure.
Back foot football.
Yes.
Tough.
11 years and counting for St Helens. The wait goes on, it would seem, with less than 5 minutes to play here. Stephen Rashford. Curry. Philbin running it back in hard. It all started with him. He scored the last try of the semi-final that absolutely booked Warrington's place here. He scored the first try of this final, which got his side up and running. More cramp on a hot day. So another hold up here. Get him off or get him up. It's a brutal sport, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit difficult when he got cramp. There's another guy on a touchline.
So they look for touch and they find touch. Warrington fans in great voice. We look towards the St Helens end, and 1 or 2 gaps beginning to appear there.
I tell you what,
but this mob ain't leaving.
The Warrington fans, they knew they had to support them today because they've been out on their feet, and they really got behind them.
Darrell Clark becomes only the 3rd hooker in the history of the Landstock Trophy to pick up that award. Tommy Harris, 1960, Michael Monaghan, also of Warrington, 2009, and Darrell Clark joins that list. Only 3 hookers since 1946. Incredible stat there. Here's Percival. What a day for Darrell Clark. The match-winning try, the Landstock Trophy. Walmsley goes charging forward, held up and down.
On the back of a brilliant pack performance, Darrell Clark.
Without doubt.
Thompson, he'll be back for more. St Helens now will angle in on the grand final at the end of the year. They have to win something for their own peace of mind. Stamp their greatness into the history books. They ain't winning today. Regan Grace might score them a try. Well, you need the ball and you need to get over the line to do that. And even now, Darrell Clark is the man who makes the tackle. Even now.
Just a stamp, stamp it. Landstock.
Kind of sums up Saints' afternoon, doesn't it? That little micro passage of play where he throws the ball away at the end. How many times have we seen him score these ones? Great tackle. It's right in the middle. I'm not surprised he's laughing.
Almost hysteria at this stage of the game.
Hysteria. Oxygen deficit does that too.
It's been
a good
such
final.
a tense final, brilliant, you know, knowing what Warrington had to do up against the better side. They have done a brilliant job. You know, it's one of the best Warrington victories I've witnessed.
Here's Mamo. Just over 2 minutes to go. The stars are fixed now, the fates are sealed. We know who's won and who's lost. It's just a question of playing out time. Warrington are going up them steps to get the trophy and take it back home. 2012 they last won it. They dominated for a while, 09, 10 and 2012. They won it 3 years in 4 under coach Tony Smith. Well, that's he's left the ball behind. 0 tackle. Coote, Lomax, Percival, Regan Grace.
How important was that refereeing decision at the start of the match?
That's Knowles. St Helens at the moment running uphill with the winds in their faces, it'll feel like. And throw the heat in as well. They're exhausted, they're out on their feet. Percival though will try to find a gap and does, and here's Lomax, who does well in the end to keep hold of the ball. Last minute, 60 seconds, Percival.
Can't get it.
Little grubber kick and a chase. There's a dive and there's the rescue. And Warrington, in all likelihood here, will finish the game with ball in hand. Steve Price with a hook for his captain, fantastic Chris Hill.
This is a hell of a result.
Get him off, said referee, come on. We've got a trophy to be lifted here. Let's not waste any time. Charlie runs it in. Well, it is fitting that on the day when the shadows begin to spread across Wembley, the Warrington fans are still in the sunshine. There'll be a few red faces and red noses tomorrow, but they won't care. Charlie back on the inside. They're booming the countdown. Booming the countdown. That's the hooter. That's the signal. It's Warrington's day. St Helens came here as red-hot favourites, but Warrington put the flames out, did the job they had to do, and they are going home with the trophy.
And you're right, Dave, it's a job well done. You know, it's the only game they could have played to beat the best side in the cup, and they stuck to it, mistake-free, kept possession, and they did a job. They did a job on Saints.
Yeah, full credit to Warrington, outstanding. Saints contributed to their own downfall, but that's what finals do to you. And people ask, is there a chance? Absolutely. The two-horse race.
He'll love that moment. He'll be checking the video to see where that came from, I should imagine. But what a day for Steve Price, third final as Warrington coach. Now he's 1-1. And let's hear from him now with Damien Johnson.
Many congratulations, Steve. You're drenched, but you don't mind.
I'd have to take a special performance today. They've been the best benchmark team all season, and I don't know what our completion rate was, but we stayed at it, we broke them down, and I'm just ecstatic for the playing group. Yeah, it was just so proud of them.
5 straight defeats coming into this game, massive underdogs, no one gave you a prayer. Where did that performance come from?
I know what type of team I got there, and that's the sort of you know, DNA we've got in our club. So it's there. We just got to do it more often. So what a game! What a game!
Without your main man Blake Austin.
Yeah, that's right. We had to change up a little bit. You know, Jack Hughes going over there. I thought he really muscled up defensively over on our right edge. You know, we spoke about this guy being Lance Todd today, and he certainly delivered. To Dad, if you're listening, I love you, mate.
Thanks very much, Steve. Darryl Clark, the Lance Todd Trophy winner, Coral Challenge Cup final man of the match. Well done, Darryl. Congratulations. How does that feel?
Oh, I've been here 3 times before and I've walked by that trophy and it's, it's heartbreaking. So, to come here as massive underdogs and get the job done like we did makes it all that special. Unbelievable.
For the try, you just pinned back your ears. You sensed there was a gap.
Oh, I was just planning on leaving it in the corner, making them work, and we felt it done. I managed to get over, so yeah, I'm over the moon with that. But yeah, what a performance from the team.
Did the underdog tag just play into your favour?
Last year we came into it, we experienced it. We was massive favourites, and I think we was a bit arrogant towards that, and we had a different mindset this year coming in because we knew we was on the other side of the coin, and we knew what it was like to be on the other side. So we just kept his head down all week, listened to all the media writing us off, and then we knew we could come here and prove everyone wrong.
Tanya's got some reaction from St Helens.
No, I've got Chris Hill with me, Victoria's captain. Chris, you were in tears in those last moments. Can you sum this up at all?
No, I can't. It's probably the only time I'm lost for words. We're 71 to 17, and the whole squad this week has just been ran a buzz around it. There's been a bit of talk about Oslo not playing, and that's the cup. Use it to half, and our plan was outstanding. And 2 of these bunch of boys it's special. And I can't believe it.
And that much more special given what you all went through last year in losing 2 finals?
Yeah, we've lost 2 there in past, but we know we've got a team here, and we've probably not shown it last few weeks, and everyone writ us off all this week, all the press, everyone. So, get back to you really.
You're as down-to-earth a rugby league player as I think any of us will ever meet, but you get to go and pick up that trophy. That's going to be one special moment, isn't it?
I can't even think about it. I can't be missing wife and kids up there with my dad. And it's a dream come true. You don't get moments like this very often. And to pick that trophy up on behalf of these lads is unbelievable.
Enjoy the moment.
Thank you.
Stefan Ratchford's with me. Stefan, an extraordinary performance. Could you have predicted that? You couldn't, surely.
We did ourselves. We was confident in ourselves. We've been off the last 4 or 5 weeks in the league, but we said the cup's a totally different competition, and we knew we had the performance in us, and that showed today.
How do you stifle a side like St Helens? Because you did it.
Yeah, we did at times, and it's all credit to the boys you spoke about. In these big games, it's all the little bits that work for you. And so a couple of times during that first half, but they was going to score for all the money in the world, and a couple of boys come up with some big plays at the last second. So it's all the little things today, and we left nothing out there today. I think it showed. I think pretty much every player cramped up towards the end. There was that much effort going in, and yeah, absolutely buzzing.
You've known the pain of defeating these big finals. This is a completely different emotion.
Yeah, well, it's something I mentioned actually before the game. I said, we've been fortunate enough to win it and been unlucky enough to lose it as well. And I said the feeling you get walking up them stairs as a winner to a loser is, something you don't want to compare. So yeah, we're absolutely buzzing to get the win today.
Thanks, Stefan. Tanya's got the St Helens coach.
Justin, first things first, I know you want to pay tribute to Warrington. That was a heck of a performance from them and your mate Steve Price.
Yeah, definitely. Cracking game of rugby league, and Warrington got in front, and tough, warm conditions. It's hard to peg them back.
Could you believe, though, some of the mistakes that your team were making? And you probably made more mistakes today than you've made all season.
Oh, it's late in the game when you're chasing a game, We had a few things that could have gone differently. Put us in front, you play a bit differently, don't you? But when you're chasing points, as I said, on a hot day, makes it tough.
Talking about being in front, you might well have been if they'd had a look at that Morgan Knowles try in the opening few minutes.
Oh, definitely. I don't want to sound sour grapes the coach, but that's a try. There one he hits a knock on, so it's a 12-point swing, and then you're chasing a game on a 30-degree. I don't want to sound sour grapes. Warrington, unbelievable today. I'm that proud of us. We tried so hard, and that first 25 minutes of that second half, we threw everything at them. We pinned them on their try line, and they kept turning up. So, but big decisions like that hurt you in big games, and it's tough to take.
Now you have to turn your attentions to trying to get to that grand final and lifting that. I mean, it's going to be tough lifting everybody up, isn't it?
Oh, I don't think so. There's a lot of disappointment out of it today, and we got straight back into it next week. So, look, as I said, full credit to Warrington. They played one very tough game today, but we kept trying. And a few errors late in the game out of fatigue, but cracking game of rugby league.
Justin, thanks for your time.
Cheers. Thank you.
wants to get his Leinster trophy. He's having to skip up against it amongst his teammates. Matt Davis, what a story for him. The Midlands Rugby League Academy, Matt Davis. Went to London Broncos and now he's playing a Challenge Cup winning final for Warrington. Steve Davis, 3 finals as Warrington coach, 3 out of 3. And now he's got his debut win in a final as well. Good times rolling. So His Royal Highness the Duke of Sussex. There's another bit of rugby league royalty just behind him as well. Alex Murphy was there. Chris Hill taking the acclamation of the Warrington side of that royal bench. Stuart Middleton, the chairman there. Tony Adams, of course, who's president of the RFL at the moment. Tony Adams. Where's the trophy? Well, they're making sure, Chris Hill's making sure that all his teammates are there. There it is, the trophy. Jack Hughes just ushering Jake Mamo through as well. Ben Curry, what a couple of years he's had. Ben Curry, what a great moment for him today as well. The people in Rugby League will be thrilled for him. So Chris Hill, a royal seal of approval. Primrose and blue blood run dry today. It's Warrington. No strangers to Wembley. Losers last 2 times, winners today, and a performance that we will all remember. Circumstances difficult, dealt with superbly. In 80 minutes of graft and toil that leads to this moment of glory. Tom Lynham lifts the trophy. Big smiles, a look to the heavens. Stephen Ratchford looks almost out on his feet. Gerald Clark, what a day for him. What a day for him. Ben Murdoch was still behind, Sita Akawala as well. Back it goes to Big Ben. Big chair, he's a popular member of that Warrington squad. Sita Akawala, who deadlifts 300 kilograms, so that trophy's not going to cause him any problems. Up they go. And Stephen Ratchford with a big kiss into the air. They're loving it. They'll cheer all day long. Benny Westwood as well is given a chance to get up there. The old man, the oldest player in Super League, missed out today. But what a servant he's been. And last, along the line, Steve Price can lift a trophy as a cup-winning coach. Adam Hill's a big Warrington fan. And back it goes, and nobody will tire. Carl Fitzpatrick there, the chief executive at Warrington, doing a fine job with the club. And Stuart Pearce, a big Warrington fan as well. He's had Wembley glory as a player for England and club. Steve Price takes a moment to soak in the atmosphere. Warrington, the 2019 Challenge Cup winners.